Do you know why no one seems to be able to succeed as a day trader, even though a lot of people try? It's because we as humans, in our human nature, are afraid of change. We're afraid of letting go of the things that we've done for such a long time. Change is abnormal to us, and we often can't let go of the bad habits that are holding us back. As a trader, you have to be on your best A game because your performance is based on you. So when you can't perform, when you can't let go of the things that are holding you back, you're not going to be able to succeed no matter how much time you give to trading. There are 5 specific habits that I personally let go of that make me a profitable day trader, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you those 5 habits. Reflect on yourself and realize whether you're still holding on to these things that are holding you back from succeeding as a day trader. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Alright, so I'm sure you guys have already guessed, this is the top 1 habit that everybody tends to struggle with as a trader. And this first one is fear of missing out. Now, how did I overcome fear of missing out, and what is the fear of missing out? So let's imagine this scenario on gold right now. I'm watching a trade play out, so that's why I'm on the charts. So we'll just be doing it on the charts right now. But let's say you are bullish. You're bullish on gold and you start seeing it run up. Not only is it running up, but it's running up rapidly. It's going up so fast and you're just like, oh my goodness, like this is exactly where I wanted it to go. Like, here's my target. And what you're doing is you're essentially getting afraid because your target's going to get hit. And then once it gets hit, you're no longer sure what to do. But before it gets hit, you know that it's going to get there. And so you want to get in. And one of the things that fear of missing out causes is getting into your trade early. And this is called chasing moves. You're chasing the move that has already happened. The entry might have been somewhere down here, like off this order block, or like anywhere even lower, off of this liquidity sweep, somewhere inside of this leg. But you find the trade right here, maybe because you woke up just then and you're trying to catch the rest of the move. And what you tend to do is you get in too late. You get in at the top of the move, and this is the time where it actually pulls back a little bit. It pulls back a little bit, you got into early, and now you're cooked. You chopped up and it took out your entry. So one of the things that I personally did to get over fear of missing out is kind of learn to accept that there's going to be a setup in the next day. Whether it be in the next day, whether it be in the next week or the next month. As long as I can survive, as long as I don't blow my account and make it to the next day. That's all that matters because opportunity always comes. So the first habit that you have to let go of is FOMO. The fear of missing out and chasing moves. The second habit is even more obvious. Now, we all know what kind of mistakes we shouldn't be making as traders, but how can you really identify that you're making those mistakes if you don't have a history or a record of the things that you've done so far and the things that you're still doing? If you can't look back and say, oh, yesterday I did this that caused me to lose this, then you're not going to be able to reflect on what you still are doing to this day. You have to look back and see this mistake, then you look at where you're currently at and you're like, oh, I'm no longer doing that. And that's journaling. Journaling is the second habit that I had to let go of not journaling because I thought that I was doing everything right. I had social media as my journal, quote unquote. And that's what I did. I'd let everyone know what trades I'm taking, how I managed it, but I wasn't transparent with myself. Because it's hard to tell other people that you just took a loss or you did something stupid that you'd never tell anybody to do. You overtraded, you did anything else, right? And I wouldn't be completely transparent with the audience, and therefore I wasn't completely transparent with myself, with my own trades. And so I wasn't learning about the things that I needed to do. I started social media maybe year 2 or 3 of my trading career. And I already knew what I was doing. I already found some success, some profit. I was able to show people payouts. But there were still habits that were preventing me from pushing past barriers, from pushing past to the next level, preventing me from keeping the accounts that I would still blow at that time. I'd still make money, but I'd blow it and I'd have to spend a portion of the money I'd make back on either a new live account, a new funded account. And one of those things was the fact that I didn't journal. I wasn't learning from the mistakes I was doing because I thought I was such a perfect trader. I thought I already unlocked everything and just the success was imminent in front of me. I knew I was going to make it. I knew I was going to make money. And this is what we tend to do. We end up forgetting to journal. We think that we're at a point because we made some money that we don't need to journal, that we don't need to reflect on the stuff. But it's so important, even when you're profitable, even now. I look back at the trades I take. I try to do a recap. I have to figure out the mistakes that I made in that entire week because over time you get lazy, you get comfortable. You sometimes forget the most important and crucial steps of your thing. So the second habit that you need to figure out if you're still doing, if you think you're a perfect trader, the second habit is you need to journal. Journaling is the second thing that we all work on together. The third and most kind of like foundational habit that a lot of us hold on to that is very negative to us is because of our ego. We have this ego that we're prideful as humans. We have a pride that we put ourselves above others. And this pride tends to give you this ego of I have to be right. I have to be right. Especially if you spent such a long time like learning price action. You actually have a good model. You've made money. And you think you know what you're doing. Just kind of like revolving around the previous habit. You know what you're doing, right? So you have to be right. You come into the market and you have to be right. This one, do you know why it's the most foundational? Because it ends up leading in all the other ones. All the other ones, which are like over trading. Because you have to be right, right? So you want to walk in and out of the market with some money. Revenge trading, you have to be right. That previous one was just like a early entry. You made a little mistake. You can still make it because you're right. You're right all the time. And that ego is going to cause you a lot more problems than you think. So the third habit is having to be right. We have this like inner like self that wants to be right all the time. And if you can't let go of the fact that you're going to be wrong sometimes, or the market isn't going to allow you to be right, then when you come into the market, you have to, this mantra is the one that I follow personally. It's, I'm here to follow my system, not to be right. And that's how it is. You're not here to be right. You're here to follow your system. Your system either gives you a setup today or it doesn't. Your system either allows you to take 2 trades and you're done for the day, or you don't trade at all. And that's part of the system. You're not coming into the market to make a certain amount of money. You're coming in to get your setup, and your setup will determine how much money you make that day. That's the third habit, and let me write it down for you guys. The third habit is going to be I have to be right. Let go of that one. The fourth habit, and something that we just have naturally as humans in our nature that isn't really even related to trading, is impatience. We are impatient with like everything. We want to have everything right away. When we're hungry, we want to have food right away. We don't want to go and cook for it. We'd rather go to a fast food chain and buy ourselves some food. And in trading, impatience is one of the biggest enemies. Like, you won't be able to succeed if you're impatient, if you're not willing to like wait it out for your setup. But this specific habit is centered around the process. Impatience around the process of becoming a profitable trader. Now, this video is centered around becoming a profitable trader. So one of the most important things is understanding that in order to become profitable, it's going to take some time. For other people, it's really fast. For other people, it takes longer. And that's because it depends on how fast you learn all the different things that you need. And so we become impatient when we begin to realize the power of trading. Like, I'm up on this trade right now that I'm selling from like one of these levels. $700, right? $700. But I've waited for this trade 1, 2, 3 hours. 3 hours of this trade. And I literally in 3 hours, $700. That's amazing. Like, that's genuinely amazing. If I close that trade right there, I already bagged out $700. That's more than a lot of people make in their entire trading day. I mean, work day. Like, even that's what they make in a week after tax. Some jobs, right? You work part-time. And I did that from my phone. Once you understand how trading is, then you will be so impatient with the process. You will want to put money in right away. You'll want to go get a prop firm account. Because you'll understand that you can genuinely just make money like that. And maybe your life isn't so good right now. Maybe it's not good and you want to change. You want to escape this little rabbit hole that you're in. And when you want to do that, you tend to forget a lot of the most important things. And it's the fact that you have a lot of lessons to learn. And those lessons, you can either learn them on paper or you can learn them really painfully when you put real money on the table and you actually end up suffering with your losses. Because you'll start to put real money on the table and it'll end up costing you a lot of lessons. Like, it'll cost you a lot of money to learn the lessons. So take enough time to learn demo. Take enough time to learn the lessons from other people that put themselves out here. Maybe you're learning from me, but if you're learning from ICT personally taught me you can spend 5 years on a demo account, and that will probably be better for you than starting live accounts when you're getting into the market early. Because you genuinely have to be bored of trading. You have to be so bored of like winning. And that's when you like can finally consider yourself ready to start like real trading. And so that's one of the things. We become impatient with the process. We're impatient in general. We want everything right away. but you have to understand that it's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a lot of losses to learn why you did this or why this happened. Maybe it could be some small, minute detail like when the market opens, and not to hold a position over the close, because if you hold a position over the close, it might gap up and slippage will take you out. It'll blow your account. Even those little things that like you might not know and nobody really talks about it, but slippage is dangerous. Slippage has blown a few accounts of mine because I just didn't know it existed. I didn't know that it was possible. Like if my stop loss was right here, but a gap or like some news event that was super strong, like went up super fast, it will literally slip your stop loss all the way up here and you'll lose so much more. And like that's one of those things that you just learn by taking a loss. And so you'd rather take that loss on demo and be like, oh, okay. Like it's not such a crazy thing to learn, but it's something that you wouldn't normally learn from somebody. It's something that you would only learn from the charts. So you have to spend enough time on demo to where you genuinely learn the field from the front to the back. And that's the fourth habit, and that's going to be being impatient with the process. It takes time to become a profitable day trader. This is the best career path to succeed in. So take your time and learn how to do it all the way from the front to the end. The fifth and final habit that you definitely have to let go of as a day trader is tying your self-worth to the trades. Now, you might think, I'd never do that. Like, what kind of stupid idea is that? Like, why would I think that I'm worth less if I take a loss? Well, it's not that you will think like that. It's just a subconscious like effect when you take a trade, and especially if you like over leveraged or something, or you blew your account. It's not that you're tying your self-worth to that trade, but you're definitely going to get affected by that. It's going to hurt you. You're going to want to sulk. Like you're literally like sometimes after a bad trade, I just want to go back to bed and just like lay there and bro, like I need some time. And that's because for the longest time I'd tie my self-worth, and I didn't know that I was doing that. But I'd attach like the result of the trade to how I was feeling that day. And that's why for the longest time, I didn't want to trade in the mornings. And I ended up trading 5 p.m. Asia session for me. It's at 8 p.m. in Eastern time, as you are familiar, but in my time zone, that's going to be 5 p.m. And essentially, I would trade Asia session because it's at 5 p.m. And if I take a loss, who cares? The day's already over. But whenever I do that in the morning, I wouldn't want to go anywhere. It would interrupt with my entire day when I'd do something dumb. And I couldn't get over it. I'd sit in my bed. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. I wouldn't want to go outside because I did something dumb. I lost a lot of money or something like that. And I'd tie my self-worth to the outcome of the trade, and it would genuinely affect my psychology, and it'd make me not want to like do that. And so that's one of the final habits that you have to let go of to become a profitable day trader. Context, this is my new YouTube channel. I do have other social platforms that you can find me on, like at Full Send Traders on Instagram. And I just started this video, longer form content, and a personal page where I hope to show you guys what I do and that you can genuinely succeed in the markets like this. I'm going to be doing weekly recaps and other stuff that you guys will tend to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, drop which of the 5 habits that you personally need to work on the most, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Catch you guys soon.